If I decide that I've been in that boat.
Okay, get out the boat. Get back on this boat.
No, I had a job.
And you quit it.
And no, I didn't. I resigned.
That's quitting.
It's not quitting. Quitting is I can't do the job. Resigning is I give my job back to you. I don't want it no more. No, that's the difference. I have no problem with somebody quitting the job.
So, because it was killing you.
It's
So
killing
why
me.
did you apply to the same job again?
Let's begin now.
Got my first job at Comcast. You was charging me $300 a month. Okay, what were you doing with that $300?
You got some daggone trust issues.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I'm
was
gonna tell you something. You
Y'all was in
can't.
there shopping together.
Do
What you-
not get married.
Y'all was in there shopping together.
Do not get married. What you
I'm
mean?
Mike. This is my beautiful mom, Linda.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome back to another episode of the Mike and His Mom Show. I'm Mike, and this is my beautiful mom,
Hey, y'all. What's going on?
Linda.
Oh, why'd you take your time to say my name?
Well, because you interrupted me.
No, I didn't.
Shannon's here, and my little brother is here today. He may chime in, he may not. Depends on how the flow goes. But we have a full house. All the kids and the siblings are in the basement.
And for the record, his little brother is my son, Malik.
And my little brother.
Yeah.
Okay. So today we were having a long pre-production meeting about what we were going to discuss and what we weren't. And somehow it still circles back to being about her, actually.
Oh,
So
it did?
yes.
Okay, let's see how you figure that one
So this
out.
week my mother calls me, and my stepdad, which is her husband,
Oh, well,
duh,
duh.
had some surgery. Thank God the surgery was successful. And she said, I'm on my way to the hospital to see Jean. I said, oh, it's nice. And then she followed it up by saying, just get my makeup done. I said, oh, put no makeup for. Now, in my mind, I thought she just put on makeup. Husband's laid up in the bed, can't move. Give him some eye candy. You know, give him something to look at.
He's not laying on the bed where he couldn't move.
Well,
And I am eye candy.
fresh out of, can you let me finish the story?
Go ahead,
Let me land the plane. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking she's going there to put on a show for her husband, get it all done up, look cute. And she said, no, I'm not. I'm going there to make some money for my business. And her business is a Mary Kay consultant, so she sells Mary Kay cosmetics. Now, I thought that was interesting. So it lands us here at keeping the flame burning in your relationship.
So
Go ahead, see. I ain't get a chance to.
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Because
go ahead.
my
Go ahead.
question.
Your question is what?
No, because I'm going down there. First of all, he wasn't laid up in the bed. And here's
He
another
was laid
thing.
up in the
You don't
hospital.
have he was sitting in the chair. So here's another thing. You don't have to have makeup on or to be eye candy for your spouse or for your significant other. I'm eye candy either way.
Okay.
Now, I put on makeup because I do have a business. So, of course, when I go down there, he's going to see me. However, I'm going to attract
Okay.
other people too. Now, how do you keep the flame burning in
All
your
right.
relationship?
So, no, wait, time out.
No, time out. I wanna know-
the reason why I asked the question is because, the reason why this is a conversation is because me asking the question, you were emphatically like, no. Right. It was like she was saying, hell no. Like,
No,
pretty much. It was like, why would I do that? That's
the way you wanted to perceive it.
So let's have the conversation.
Okay, come on.
Do you think it's important? Because you're a married woman as well. You've been married for about 10 years now?
Go ahead.
10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's important? And Shannon's married too. She can chime.
Mm-hmm.
Malik is not single.
But you are.
I'm single.
So you want to learn from us how to keep the flame.
Y'all can learn from me.
Okay.
Tap.
Me.
And Shannon.
Okay.
Tap.
Okay, tap.
So
So why are you not in a relationship?
Come on, stop.
Okay, all right,
Let's
I'm
not
just
derail the conversation.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Do you think it's important to keep, that is a yes or no question, to keep the flame burning in your relationship?
What is the flame?
Keep the sizzle,
What's
the spark,
Okay.
the sizzle.
As far as your whole relationship should be Sazone.
I'm
flame.
agreeing. So answer the question.
Yes.
Okay, so now, with you being married, in what ways have you tried to keep?
In what ways do I keep the flame burning?
You keep your flame burning, yes.
So it's not all about makeup. And I'm just letting you know that right now because you assume, but
No.
there's conversation. There's getting to know who you are with, the person that you are with, being in tune to them, being there to cater is a good word. To,
You cater to your
You think I don't?
I'm asking the question. I don't know what y'all do.
That's
I don't
like
really.
that
I don't know what y'all do. I don't know what y'all do.
To make sure that their needs are met as much as you can, because no one is 100% perfect and get it right. So I think the most important thing to keeping the flame burning, first and most important, is conversation. How do you interact with each other?
So the answer is okay. Let me start here.
Yeah, you start.
The problem with
Conversation?
the flame being dimmed or not burning as much as it was in the beginning is due to lack of conversation. But, drum roll please, comfort. We sometimes get comfortable in our relationships. So the things we were doing in the beginning of the relationship, we're no longer doing them in the middle or during the journey of our relationship, I'll say. So I did all this to meet you, but then some say my efforts went down when it was time for me to keep you. In this book to my left, called Mr. Right Meets Misunderstood, published by Michael Banks and Shannon Morgan, available on Amazon. We talk about appreciating your partner, and sometimes how we get comfortable with not doing for them, doing the things we did in the beginning, and keeping them, like I just said, during the relationship. So, other than having a conversation, sometimes comfort sets in. Now, I think personally, from my own experience, comfort sets in because the relationship sometimes is one way.
Okay.
Meaning
that one person is doing all the work.
Right. And no matter what you do or don't do, good, bad, or indifferent, I'ma still do my part.
Right.
And that settles in that person's spirit, and they know it. That he gonna do whatever. He's still gonna treat me nice, or she gonna do whatever. I got you.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Or she gonna do whatever, and that causes, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, sometimes that can cause the other person to step back. What say you to that?
What say you to that? So I say you.
Have you ever gotten comfortable in a relationship? And do not say.
No. Please don't tell me what to say.
I'm telling you what not to say.
No, you don't tell me what to say.
All right, go ahead.
I was getting ready to say I had gotten comfortable in my marriage.
Ooh, okay.
You know, and then I had to take a look at myself and see.
What does that mean? Don't just say it and then.
I got comfortable to the point where because before I was married, I was like independent. I was really an independent woman. I took care of this, that, and I love my independency. I gave up some independence. I gave up some form of that, and it kind of was like it just made me feel a little different than what I usually do. And that part of me, that appeal, that sex appeal to me of letting that go, I need to get that back for myself.
So where did you get comfortable? Oh, you're saying, okay. So wait, I think I know what you're saying, but say it.
I'm saying it's just like especially when I stopped working, when I retired, I got real comfortable. I got have a business. I wasn't, working it as much as doing these things.
You're comfortable with yourself.
Right.
See.
Well, it's still in the relationship.
So how did that?
I got comfortable in the marriage because I have this man now. I have this husband now that's providing, that's taking care of this, that's taking care of that. So it's still in my relationship. It's not.
So how did it impact your relationship then?
I think it more impacted me. I mean, Jane didn't say anything, but I just think for me looking myself is that I need to step up my game. I need something.
You need to step up your game in your marriage by being more independent with yourself.
It's not more independent with myself, but giving the independence, losing that part is, okay, let me take away the independent part. But contributing more, just doing that. Because me bringing to the table out of in financial ways makes me feel better.
I got what you're saying.
So how did the flame burn out of yours?
Well, I think, wait, hold up.
Okay, all right.
Because you just said it was very important.
What?
And I think a lot of men can relate to this. And just nod your head if you agree.
I'll say something if you want to relate.
Is that you said you think, or you don't know if Miss Eugene was feeling it because he wasn't saying nothing.
What I'm not going to do,
Well, no, I'm removing him.
Right.
Even when men do feel something, when we do feel like we're not appreciated or whatever the case, we don't say nothing. Good, bad, or indifferent. Men tend to just suffer in silence.
Oh, well.
I'm not saying that was him. I removed him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm removing him. I'm removing your personal situation. I'm saying just that that element of a relationship when men aren't feeling heard, men aren't feeling appreciated, men aren't feeling wanted or desired.
Well, let's just speak about you.
You don't say nothing.
Is that true, Malik?
There's clear differences between men and women that do make it true. Men are naturally been providers. Men have naturally been the head of households. Men have to deal with different things that women don't deal with, and sometimes the things that men deal with, if you could brought back to the house, and whether it can affect the household negatively or positively, that depends on, I guess, the man or the situation. But yeah, I mean, there's some times that men go through stuff, they won't say anything. It's just because men have not been put in that role to show those type of emotions or to show those type of things. Men are put into a role where they have to provide, they have to do this for the family. And that's just true. I mean, that's just how it's been since the beginning of time, since the early age, 1800s, 17th century, 18th, 19th, and 21st century. But to say that, what you said it is right, and I agree more to what you say, because I talk to my girlfriend all the time about, we don't live in the 18th, 19th century anymore. We live in, in 2020, 2000s, and financial is very important to a relationship. Looks is not enough. Sex is not enough. Love is not enough. So if I'm dating someone and we want to do certain things, we both have to contribute financially. And she's right. And I talk all the time. My girlfriend, she's a nurse in school, and she's going to school to do that. And I am IT. I'm in the IT field, so we both could make a good amount of money. Because the truth is, you have to have money in today's time to do anything. So I personally wouldn't date anyone that's doesn't have clear goals, or that doesn't have things in line or established, because it just doesn't make sense long term, because I'm setting myself up for failure. No matter how much I love the person, it doesn't make sense. I have goals of myself, right? And another point, you have your own goals, you have your own things that you want to do in life. And working is something that brings fulfillment to yourself. Having your own brings fulfillment. In a marriage, we are one, but you still going to have your own hustle, your own things that you bring back to the family. And to lose something like that, it could make you or it could break you. Now, some women will fall into the natural line of being a housewife. When take care of the kids, take care of the wife, and boom. Some won't. I have friends that, female friends that are very career driven, that probably will never fall into that line. And then I have some that will fall into the line. So it depends on who you date, who you marry, and.
What was you gonna say? Go ahead. You going to say Shannon?
No, he agrees with you.
I was going to say.
Which no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I forgot the question, but I think that I was going to say it was such an in-depth response. No, I was just going to say that that has been brought to my attention, that what you said was true about the lack of appreciation. Nothing was said, but
men suffer in silence.
He was feeling unappreciated.
Yeah.
And it's the silence, and I'm like, why you ain't say nothing?
Because y'all don't really care.
That's a lie.
Hold up. Slow down. Everybody just relax.
No,
okay, but you can't sit up there and say
that and just keep moving. This is what I'm saying. Because oftentimes.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Are you saying that he didn't say anything because he assumed I didn't care, or he didn't care? I mean, I don't care to appreciate him.
Both. You don't care. Not saying you, but men sometimes feel like.
Oh, this is a feeling.
And or a reality.
That's this is something that you went through. It's okay.
It's not. See?
Oh, if it ain't what you went through, it ain't an experience.
It ain't just something that I just went through.
I didn't say that you just went through. I said something you went through.
That you want me to talk to you about whatever it is I want to talk to you about. You want me to be vulnerable. but my vulnerability is not fully appreciated when it makes the dynamic or the conversation uncomfortable.
But that's something that.
That's something what, Ma?
No, I'm saying, is that something that you went through? Because
No,
that's
that is
not,
true.
It's
That is-
true. It's not true for everybody.
Okay, I hate when y'all get in this bag of just generalizations, but it is a fact. And
It's not true for everybody.
it's true for the majority.
How do you know that?
Say it again.
That's because you wrote that book. That don't mean nothing.
That's how I know.
The majority 3 relationships that she was in.
Listen.
Say it again.
Catch it the first time, please.
That you don't appreciate. Go ahead.
You want me to be vulnerable, but you don't appreciate the vulnerability when it makes the dynamics of the relationship uncomfortable. So you want me to be honest with you about how I feel about what I'm going through. But if it's gonna make us or make us have an uncomfortable conversation, if it's something about you, then you're not gonna like it. You're gonna withdraw. You're not gonna hear me. You're gonna be defensive.
So this is an experience that you've had.
You keep on saying that.
That's
And the second part is sometimes y'all really just don't care. And that shows by how you respond to what I'm bringing to you. Because now I'm telling you about how I feel about something, and now we're having a conversation about how I feel made you feel.
Well,
And now I forgot all about.
I disagree.
We can disagree all we want to,
Listen,
but we're getting off.
in my
Can we?
experience,
Can I?
like, to speak to your point, though, tell me if this is true.
It's not.
To your point.
It's not. If it's going against what I said, it ain't true.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not,
So to speak to your point, is this the case? Remember, you just said we're not vulnerable. We don't bring anything, right? So I think sometimes
I said why we're not, and
but
why
you
we.
don't. But you don't bring anything.
And I'm telling you the why.
I'm not worried about the why right now.
Well, you should, because the
No,
why.
I'm trying to get.
She's trying to get something understanding.
My point is this: if you're not bringing your vulnerability to the table based off of whatever the reason is, I don't know that you feel this way. So typically, what has happened in my relationship is I'll bring an issue to the table, and now we're talking about your issue. I think it's and so. No, I am rejecting your vulnerability. Now I have learned to stop rejecting it because I'm like, I just want peace. So I don't even really care about my issue anymore right now. What is your issue? But like it'll be in the past, I would reject the vulnerability at that moment because it seemed real convenient that you have an issue all of a sudden that I'm bringing something to the table.
This is the only time we can talk about it.
It doesn't
What?
matter. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying that it waters down what a man is going through. I'm saying it's just you're now bringing your vulnerability up at the wrong time.
Okay.
Because you're overshadowing what it is that I have an issue with. My issues are still important.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that sounds more like it's this communication.
Yeah. So to say that
God.
it might appear that we don't care
Okay.
to you for whatever reason.
Instead of bringing it up at this different time,
and I also go ahead.
communication will be. I think communication is a big topic. Is a big thing.
Communication is cute, but comprehension is better.
And maturity is another level too.
Okay, great.
I mean, seriously, you have to be like.
Can we get back to this this fire burning? Please.
Yeah, because the fire, the flame went out real quick. Go ahead.
And these little moments of discourse and or disagreement causes
The flame to burn out.
the fire to go out.
But so how does it reignite then? Because in every relationship, no relationship is perfect. Every relationship going to have some ups and some downs.
I agree.
Just because you have an issue doesn't mean the flame has to burn out.
I agree with you.
So you just said this discourse right here.
Because me is feeling heard in the moment. Everybody is trying to get their point across.
So let me ask you a question then.
Okay.
If you happen to get into a situation like that,
Like what?
when you're in a relationship and you feel like you're not being heard, they try and get their point across, then let them get their point across. Seriously.
Okay.
You let them get their point across. And if that thing continues and you see that there's not a level of respect or level of concern or level of care for you, where you can't never...
Oh yeah, I don't deal with that. I leave. I don't deal with that. That ain't my testimony. I don't deal with that.
I'm just confused.
I don't deal with that. So, but this is
The cricket even shut up.
I don't know. I've dealt with it in previous relationships. I don't deal with that.
Well, I can tell you dealt with it.
No.
No, clearly, the way that you were sitting here acting.
Okay.
Is
I will say, to Michael's point, I agree with you, but I think...
See, and that's the manipulation.
What?
Tap, tap. Is that you do all this.
You agree with him?
You will do all this. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You will do all this rigmarole.
Who, me?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Just to circle back.
No,
I do agree with him.
No, I
Agree with him on what part that you...
I think that we can. I think women have a tendency to overpower on the emotional train.
I don't think that it's all...
You love getting into that.
Listen,
Because it's not. Because that's not how I handle my relationship.
behind the scenes is speaking.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
But I don't feel like it's fair to say that it's all our fault most of the time. Like, if you're not speaking up, that's not, and if we're okay with communicating our issues, we're vulnerable in that way. That's not our fault that you don't.
No, I agree with that, because a lot of men do have that macho machismo where I'm not bringing that home. We got bigger things to worry about. I'm gonna just suck it up, get through it. I agree with you, but in those moments where the man does choose to be vulnerable, and whether it makes the dynamic uncomfortable or not, then he should be heard.
When you say
it should be heard.
Uncomfortable, what do you mean by that? It makes the dynamic uncomfortable.
Because you can have a lot to do with what I'm going through, or it can be something you totally not expecting. I can be crying. You don't like men that cry.
Who?
Ma, let's not do this. You always make fun. I'm not talking Mr. Eugene. I'm saying.
I don't make fun of men that cry, Mikey.
Oh my God. Oh, you're right. I'm just freestyling this whole episode.
Hold up. I make fun of men that cry.
All right.
Did y'all see that in real? I sent y'all yesterday about the man, the grandfather.
What was he doing?
He was like, "You gonna hug me because I bought you some stuff?" He said, "You gonna hug a player like me?" He said, "But you my granddad." He said, "I ain't got no you ain't no sucker. I ain't no sucker."
Crying how?
See, exactly, right, exactly, right. You see, all that.
Like, first of all,
Crying out, all that.
Crying how?
No, how many ways? How is you let me know how appropriate it is for me to cry. Let me know how can I cry. How can I cry? Exactly. They do all this just to prove me right. All this, bro. That's crazy. Because y'all one the same. Y'all one the same. Go ahead. Tell me what ways is it appropriate for me to cry? Nobody knows, huh?
I asked the question too.
So how do you be crying?
Wait, first of all, okay, let's go ahead and play this game. Let's play this out.
Oh, my stomach, boy.
Let's play this out. Go ahead, get it all out.
Okay, all right, let's go.
Well, what's appropriate for a man to cry about?
No, I'm trying to understand, because you said I don't like him crying how? Tell me how you crying.
Do you mean why?
Yeah, like, crying, like, I mean, are you whining or are you crying? I don't understand. What's what?
What's the difference between whining and crying to you? You're really crying right now. That's crazy. This is a clear indication of the vulnerability I was talking about.
What?
And you are crying laughing. It always proves itself.
What? I asked you crying how? Come on, tell
As
me.
you're crying. If I'm just not feeling, I don't know. I can't really give a clear example.
If you're sitting there
I'm not sitting there
crying,
watching. I'm not watching Bambi or The Lion King. I just burst out tears.
No, I'm saying if I'm talking to someone and they're crying about something they're actually going through, I'm going to hear them. I'm not going to say stop crying. I told you that.
I feel like this conversation
That's how you start crying
I'm
before.
saying, all right, bro.
That's how you start crying before.
I'm saying, all right, bro. I'm saying, all right.
I tell you start crying before.
Have they cried more than me?
All right.
Told me stop.
She said,
Listen, I do. Remember I hit Malik with those keys.
No, that's totally different.
What are you talking about?
If I have a moment of vulnerability.
Okay. All right.
Okay, what if I'm confessing my love for you? I just start crying.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
Like a woman or her?
No, to my woman.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you start crying.
I just start crying.
Okay.
That's okay.
I guess so. That's what you want
So
to do.
let me know when it's okay not to cry. I want to know
Cry
that.
when you want to cry.
That's not how you. Okay, you're right. Cry when you want to cry.
Cry when you want to cry. I mean, if you want to cry, cry.
My point.
Shannon, get some tissue.
My point
You're about to
was.
break down with me.
My point was about the vulnerability.
Okay, what about it?
I was answering the question. We got distracted by your crying and keeping the flame burning.
Okay.
This is me personally.
Okay. What?
I never let my flame die.
Well, something died.
My flame always. Well, just because the relationship ends don't mean the flame is burnt.
Why do you define flame?
Yeah.
Flame? How
The
about
flame isn't burnt on your end. It's burnt on the
It burnt
other
on my
end.
right. It never burns on my end.
Well, I don't understand. How is it not burnt?
'Cause I'm always
Flaming.
I'm always hot.
That sounds.
I don't listen because the honeymoon stage doesn't end for me.
You want me to quit?
It had to end for you.
No.
Always hot. It's crazy.
I'm always
Always hot. It's crazy.
Why you in
all right, y'all.
Okay, all right. Wait a minute, hold up.
This is what I mean. I'm always doing my best
Okay.
to keep the relationship.
Well, okay, so
In the mix, that's
so
all.
every relationship that you had that ended was not because of you. You never played a part in it.
Well, we all see. You do this a lot.
No, I'm
You
just
twist up
asking you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
we
you
all
can-
contribute to conflict in our
Right,
relationship.
but
you
you're
talk about flame, you're talking about like passion and desire. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
But it's a lot more.
Keeping the interest there, keeping the spark, keeping the sizzle, keeping the.
okay, but obviously you weren't doing something.
That ain't true.
Okay,
That ain't true.
Well, she must got disinterested in your spark, which you was giving.
People get comfortable.
Okay, so they got comfortable.
People
with
be comfortable,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Or is it that they weren't like you were like the two jumper cables
Nope.
and they weren't sparking?
Nope.
Right. Maybe y'all wasn't compatible.
All right, that's cool. I'm just saying, from my end, the flame don't ever burn out.
It depends. Like, compatibility is one thing. Or you could.
Well, compatibility is also a dangerous concept. Then this is why. I heard this at a seminar I was teaching at.
You were teaching there?
Yeah. It
Was
was
it at your office?
no. It was a panel discussion going on during my break from teaching. And the lady, I wrote this down, but it was several phones ago. But the lady said compatibility is dangerous because it's also tied into comparison. So I'm basing my compatibility off you by comparing it to something that I've previously done or who I've previously been with. When we should just be enjoying the relationship for what we create and for what it is together that we have.
Makes sense.
I don't understand. I wouldn't be comparing.
But subconsciously you are though.
Yes and no.
You are.
I would say yes to that, but also no. I mean, I don't compare the next girl to the other.
Yeah.
Now there are things that I look for in women that
Based
I like.
based on what though?
Based on what he
Based
liked.
on my experience from dating.
Exactly. That's
So I'm not. I already know. I know what I.
He
don't
know what he
like.
want.
I know what I want, and I know what I don't want. I don't want a woman that's not doing nothing. I want a woman that's doing something. I like certain physical traits. I like certain personalities. This is what I like. I know because I've dated the other, and I did not like it, and we weren't compatible. So
Yeah.
that's comparing it.
But
That's
okay.
weird.
So if
I'm saying once
Why
you
is that?
because once you get into the trenches and start like he's on the surface of how he's compatible, personality, work ethic, things of that nature. But once you get into the fold of compatibility, it can muddy the waters. Is what I'm saying.
But you ain't gotta go that deep into the fold.
But I'm saying based upon the conversation, some people do. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
you do want to have the deeper stuff. The deeper things are the small things. The big things you are gonna know before you get into a relationship. But the small things you don't find out until You know, until
Deep
you,
in.
You know, till you
But
get-
the
you
funny
know
thing, I
something.
find that the deeper things are the things that people should know, and they ignore it because of the superficial.
Right.
Well,
Because sometimes some things are brung to you.
the deeper things come through.
The fitting room.
We look for these aha moments, but the deeper issues come through like very small and subtle.
Right.
Like
Right. Something is right in front of
it's
your
right in front of your
face.
face. You just overlooking it because she just mad because they put ketchup on her burger and she said no ketchup. But how is she handling the no ketchup? If she says
Throwing the burger at the
right,
man.
she's fussing them out and like that's the deeper issue right there.
Right. You see it,
Or
yeah.
if he got anger issues
Title.
and he got road rage and hold up, brother, why you so?
Cantankerous.
All right.
Those things are. I mean,
I think that people dating should start asking questions, though. Don't you think? Like,
But then you got to expect people to tell you the truth.
yeah, I mean, but then based on the answers, we going to explore if that's
Right.
true or not, right?
I mean, that's why you can really only get the big things first. You only can really knock out the major stuff. You will not find the deeper layers until you actually, because no one's going to tell you that stuff. You know, most people are not going to tell you that stuff off the rip. That stuff is because a lot of people are subconscious about those things. So they're going to leave that stuff on the other end until they get comfortable enough to be vulnerable with you. So you're never going to see that stuff early unless it's, love at first sight or the connection is that strong, but you're not going to see that stuff.
Do you have anything to add?
No.
So this made me think of a conversation we had a previous episode about it was last week.
I was trying to what?
You was trying to derail the conversation about
Okay, go ahead. Come on.
not being yourself.
What?
Like,
The Tyler Perry guy?
yes. When I was talking about your purpose in X, Y, and Z, and you was trying to take it here when I was trying to stay here. What's the difference between when you acting this way around this group but you come around this group and act this way?
Oh, well, we
That-
both said that.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
You
no,
said
me
that.
and Shannon.
Yeah, no, she didn't.
We do talk to you about that.
Right. So let's talk about it now. Oh, let me help you. She has this thing, and we can make it about me.
Because you were saying, like, you're not going to act the same way around your friends or your homeboys when you're with me.
right.
But that's not what we were talking about.
We were talking about Tyler Perry.
No, I'm not. But okay, we're not.
We were talking about purpose. I said my purpose is X, Y, and Z, and you would say how does it look? And we got into the specifics of the group dynamics. Somehow you just made it about me.
You make it about you, Mikey.
Mike.
Now, bringing this back into a relationship conversation.
Oh, okay.
Do you think, and Shannon, you can chime in. Malik, you can chime in, but your girlfriend's out of state. But you can chime in. Do you think you are and please listen to the words. Respond with the answer. Don't answer to respond. Do you think you are your true self around your partner when you are with your friends? Like if you're get out with your group of friends, do you think?
Yep.
Okay.
That's got true.
Shannon?
I'm not really around my friends. So.
Well, do you think Josh is himself when he's around his friends and you're there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, do you think?
Now, what if he felt like he couldn't be himself? Would you question that?
I would question him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that you doing when I'm not here that you can't do when I am here? Is that how you would think? Because the boys is
I guess I can't even take
Yeah, I mean-
because he's so himself.
blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would be curious as to why he would feel like he needed to code switch. Like, what's the point?
I mean, there's maybe some things that men discuss in private that they don't discuss with women.
No, we're not talking about this. Well, no, we ain't talking about having it.
But, yeah, we just all like okay.
Just all sitting out having a good time, just being ourselves,
okay,
right?
right. Here we go. Let's just get to it.
Just get to it. Come on.
You try to make it seem like I'm being a chameleon because her mom tried to make it seem like Mike
It's being
is
a
a
chameleon,
chameleon.
colors.
I change up based upon who I'm with, my surroundings.
That's not what we was talking about.
That's what you
we
were able.
was talking about how I was basically talking about how you are producing how you show yourself versus one show versus another. Why
Right.
can't I'm not talking about
But that's all a part of. All of it is still me. All of it is still who I am as an
I mean,
individual.
if it's who you are, it's who you are.
Okay.
So why you can't be that same person around everybody saying all the time?
Because that's also a part of me.
So you are a chameleon.
No, but you know, like me,
I'm missing the point.
me and my homeboys speak a language that I probably wouldn't speak to Rashad and Justin to, because they don't talk like that. That ain't me not being myself. You see what I'm saying?
You have to code switch in life.
Well, I don't think. Well, code switch. Okay, we can call
But
it
Malik, you
code
talk
switch.
the same.
I talk the same now because I'm used to talking this way, but I never used to talk this way.
But when you get around different people, when you get around other people, you don't switch up.
I don't because I'm the same person now. But
No, I'm not saying like. Hey, I'm Michael. Like, no, it's not like to the core, I'm not switching. This is still me, but this is me in different environments.
But why do you have to be a different person in a different environment?
There's a way to speak with, for work, for example.
It's like I don't speak slang.
I'm not
right?
going to speak.
So,
I'm not going to have the same terminology that I have in a workplace that I have with my friends.
Okay, so I have friends that still curse and cuss, because I used to cuss too.
Okay.
But I'm not
If
doing
we
it.
gonna do this show.
No, let's just do
We're
it.
gonna do this show.
But I don't do that no more.
You don't do what?
I'm not gonna sit around them and
You
cuss.
don't-
Sometimes, Mikey, I might say a cuss word.
Slip? Slip?
Okay, whatever. I'm not sitting. My conversation is not cussing. And
No,
I'm
you're
trying
not
to
a
be
pirate.
I'm not trying to be I'm trying to be a better person. So I don't want to be on a talk show. I don't want to do these type of things. I want to change who I am. I want to become a different person, better myself, period, on a day-by-day basis. That's what I'm working towards. So I don't want to be in the atmosphere. Like I can be around them. I don't have a problem with being around them, but I don't want to talk like that anymore. Sure, I slip up sometimes. I don't want to drink like I used to drink. I don't do them things anymore. So because I'm around people, I don't drink like that, Mikey.
You drink?
No.
Oh, so
That's what I'm saying.
All
So if I'm around,
you said drink like that. I'm sorry.
yeah. So because I used to drink heavy, but I'm saying if
Wait,
I still have friends that drink, but I can be in their company, but I don't have. I'm gonna be who I've become.
Right. I'm saying the
No,
same
but
thing.
you're not.
I am. I'm saying the same thing.
I think Mikey probably is more ratchet than righteous.
Right. Oh, Jesus.
But you know how to act.
No.
I'm being funny, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like your friends are who you are, right? That's
All of them are who
who
I.
are part
All
of
of
who
them.
you are, right?
Right.
So you've gained friends from high school, and the things that they may do is different from. But you used to do those things, right? So you are still like your personality is of their personality in ways. But now then you have these friends who you've acquired in the church. And in church there's a code of conduct that you've learned and you've become more like that.
Well, no,
But
That's not even that. It's
I understand I understand. Let me finish. But so these are your friends. These are really good friends. You know they're not talking about what the high school friends are talking about, for instance. And it's no shade to the friend. I'm just trying to,
No, I got you.
groups. And so the things that y'all might talk about are just different. So I personally don't really feel like you show up differently. Personally, I think the conversations or the things that y'all do are just different. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. Well, beyond that, you can still, and this is where I am righteous.
Okay. If you say so.
Because I agree with her point in principle is that you can still be around that and not be that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can be in the mix of things. And this is a part of the witness. See, she looking at me like I'm tripping.
No, I'm not. I'm just looking at you
Because this is a part of the witness in the relationship we have with God. Your light can still shine.
Mm-hmm.
And people will know, oh, it's something different about.
Right.
But they won't know something different about you if you still acting like you act with them when you was with them. It's the truth.
That's not the truth.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But I mean, I don't.
well, wait. Well, what you're saying is there's partial truth to it. It's
Right.
not. I'm not understanding your point.
Right.
But people still recognize
Yeah, they recognize the light.
exactly. So it ain't just like, oh, you around Group A and you just a whole different person. You around Group B, you just doing whatever. No, people will still like. We see it all the time. Like people just have a certain respect for certain people, and it's not. It's respect on the external, but it's really the light on the internal.
Okay, whatever that meant.
You know, yeah, boy.
Okay.
I mean, they're your friends. So I don't remember the conversation, so I'm trying to make it make sense.
She was saying how I was saying I'm not gonna act one way on the show with my mother that I would on the show with my homie.
You said that.
Right, and then you were saying, right, I said that, and then she said, well, why can't you just be yourself? And I was saying, well, I am myself. I was trying to make it about relationships, but y'all were just so, my husband is this, man. So I had to make it about me at this moment.
Okay.
But I think it's a very important conversation because it speaks to.
Well, let's talk about that next time.
Well, no, we're here now.
No, because
Well, it speaks to getting to know getting to know your family or your child.
okay, we did talk about that.
All right, you're right.
We did talk about that.
You're right.
We did talk about that. We did talk about that.
I don't know.
Remember we was talking about getting
No,
to know your
I don't.
child, your child as an adult. We can read.
Yeah, but when I say you're right, we can revisit it.
I'm just asking you.
Let me end this.
I'm asking you, how is that? And even Mikey, when you get to a point in life, here's the deal. What we're doing now is so small on a small level. But when it gets to that point of engage and this stuff really takes off, you ain't seen the change that's got to come across you. You just can't be the same. That there is going to have to be some changes. First of all, you're going to be so busy making your things become a reality that there is no choice but to change. You're going to walk a different walk. You're going to talk a different talk. Because if you don't walk a different walk and talk a different talk, then ain't nothing going to become of what you're working towards.
I agree. And Shannon, this is the element of the show you were looking for, where the mom is being the mom.
Yeah. Yeah. You see? That's what I'm like.
I mean, that's something that you just learned, though. Like, whether she says it or not.
Right, but she's saying it in a way like I can't say anything now.
Why can't you?
Because mom has spoken.
What, you ain't got nothing to say?
I ain't got nothing to say.
Why, because it's true?
Well, yes, what you're saying is true.
Okay, then shut up. It's gonna be because we sitting here going back and forth.
I'm not going back and forth. I don't play tennis.
We got a lot at stake here. Now I'm so glad all of us came here today. We got this, and down here is a lot of daggone talent,
She's doing
raw
it.
talent. And we got a lot at stake here.
She's doing it again.
Shoot, they talking about Maxine baby, Linda's babies. We got
We need to get our us together.
yeah.
Oh, she don't cuss. Did she say S? Did she say S or she cuss?
Together.
See?
But
I'm not bleeding out. Come on, all right, let's go and wrap this up.
No, I'm just saying, but I'm not cussing in car. Well, I'm saying when
I know
I
what
used
you're
to
saying.
talk, I used to cuss like a sailor, smoke like one too, and I could outdrink them.
I don't remember you drinking.
Right.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff y'all don't remember because it was hidden.
Right.
It's a lot of stuff that y'all don't remember. But the bottom line is that we're here now.
She changed when she met that white man.
What white man?
Jesus.
Jesus didn't say that. Bleep that. Like, what was that?
Jesus coming.
Messing with.
Look,
Betrayed me.
Well,
look.
okay, speaking of Jesus,
yeah, you scared now.
I ain't got nothing to say, bro.
Yeah, you scared.
Shannon got to go.
Oh, he was praising the Lord last night.
Oh, my Jesus.
Rashad got a hold of him.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I just know he was over there crying and praying.
Rashad,
The church.
I'm not bleeping none of this out, but Rashad knew what he was doing.
What you do?
Oh, Rashad was on an assignment.
He knew what he was doing.
He was on an assignment.
He was looking at me the whole time
Yeah.
What was in church?
in church.
Oh, he came to church.
Yeah.
We went to his church.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, how they do, get a partner and over the mic. Come here, Mike. So he walks up to me, come grab me. And normally I don't respond to people in that moment. I just, you know, do me. And then God had his way. I'll leave it at that. But he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, God used him. It was a good service.
I was proud of him. Well, I am proud of him.
I'm proud of him too. He's
Well, speaking of Jesus, you got anything else to say? Well, you're not Jesus, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm not. I know I'm not Jesus. But I'm just, you know.
Okay.
Hey, look. There's a lot to do.
And on that note,
No.
There's a lot to do. On that note,
living life is the longest thing you ever do in the shortest amount of time, and you only have one. So whatever your dreams, goals, and desires are, please go out there and get the job done. And while you're doing that, remember his name is Jesus Christ, not Tom Cruise, because there's no such thing as Mission Impossible, because we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. I'm Mike. This is my mom. That was Shannon, Malik, and my nieces upstairs. And we'll see you next time on the Mike and His Mom Show.
see ya.
We're gonna have a good day.